All right. Well, here we are again. Another book, another live Q&A. Mike Lynch over there at his home office, office. Where are you?
This is the work office. I'm in Burlington.
And he has generously carved out some time from his busy schedule to hang with us and shepherd these questions as he's done in the past. I'm sitting here in my studio signing book plates for the many adoring fans who would like sent out to them. Uh, Book is out on the 19th. Everything reminds me of something, and you can pre-order it now. It just helps. Mike, I'll ask for your thoughts, and then we'll launch into these questions.
Sure. Yes. I want to reiterate, it does help to pre-order. It kind of lets Amazon and other places know how big this book's going to be when it actually comes out. So we don't have what we ran into last time, which is you went on Tucker and you talked about the book, and we didn't have enough for all the adoring fans. So go out, pre-order it now, so that we have plenty for everybody who's too lazy to pre-order.
And you have a slate of questions in front of you that people submitted. We'll also take some in real time as well. Correct?
Absolutely, and then we can just kind of talk about the book in general. I know you like statistics, Adam, so I was looking at the word count. We actually 78,827 words of mirth for the fans right here. I have a a
Some were
spreadsheet
connecting
that
words like the and at, but
sure,
with a humorous twist in them.
sure. Um,
Yeah.
so we can dive right into questions. We can talk about the genesis of the book. We can talk about the alternative title, which we didn't end up with. You want to have a little banter first?
Yeah. Let's do a little banter first.
All right. So yeah, we were talking. This book was originally called "Ask an Asshole," but we decided that maybe that might not get as much play on the terrestrial radio and the Fox News and things like that. So it is now what it is. I don't know if everybody knew
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. You always kind of, I don't know, some put together a title like crank anchors were called crank puppets. And that 70s show was just called that 70s show because they couldn't think of a title. It was
Right.
originally they were going to call it like Teenage Wasteland or something, and there was a bunch of. And then after 9 months of pre-production and calling it that '70s show, then it became that '70s show. So it's like, I don't know, it's like getting a dog from the pound, and you go, I'll call it Bowser for the first 6 months, but after that we're going to change. But after a certain point, the dog turned into Bowser, and so you do that with book sometimes too, but I always had this in the back of my head that everything reminds me of something because it's just something I said at some point, and not that everything sticks, but this one kind of stuck with me. And it is kind of it describes my thought process and also describes sort of how we did the book. People asked questions and I heard the question and then it reminded me of something and then
Right.
I spoke to it.
It's an interesting book. It's a lot different than the ones we've done in the past, where it's almost like attempting to do improv in book form, which I don't know that anyone other than you could really attempt.
Hmm. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah. Mike would get field these questions sometimes from celebrities like Judd Apatow, Ray Romano, Jay Leno, and the like. And then mostly just from books fans, people with questions all over the country and all over the world. And they would just ask questions about relationships or about mechanics or about a career or something. Mike would Mike would ask them to me while I was in one of my very long commutes in my car, and I would think about it like, what does this remind me of? Where are we going to go with this? It's not
Right.
something usually you write a book where you I want to talk about this and I want to talk about that. We didn't really have a choice. You guys sort of set the agenda for that. So it was like a kind of experiment in literature improv,
Yeah.
which is just not something we've seen before.
Yeah, and what we ended up doing was kind of, the questions were wide ranging, and we ended up kind of categorizing them. And actually, we can let people know what the chapters are. So there's a chapter on car questions, which we call autocorrect. There's a health and wellness chapter called "We're all going to health in a bucket, but at least I'm enjoying the ride," and I hope people get that reference. Do you get it, Adam, or do you remember where we got that from?
We're all going to health in a bucket, at least enjoying a ride. I mean, the reference?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay, I was hoping our fans would. So we'll
Well, I
take
think
that
they'll get
reference.
it. I'm semi-insulted that you're asking me.
I,
It makes me wonder if there's something more than further than the Grateful Dead.
no, I just wasn't
But
sure, because going to hell in a bucket but the enjoying the ride part, I just wanted to make sure. Anyway, moving on.
that's
I
a
screwed that
Grateful
up.
Dead thing. Like, I don't like the Grateful Dead. I'm not like you getting all beaked up on poppers and downers and uppers and taking my shirt off and dancing to Fish all day instead of tending to my